Hey, hey, everybody. How's everybody? Come on in the room. Hey, hey. Oh, let me get my Instagram going. Lord. I'm fancy tonight. I just finished teaching on a women's conference, Unleashed. So I'm all jazzed up from that. Hey, Elder, Ebony, Tashia, Kelly, Dolores. Sorry I missed a few people. Hattie, Jazz, Yolanda, Keita, Angel. Ebony, you sound cute, girl. How cute? What? Ah! You know you gonna get too cute in the pandemic. It was a struggle, and I still got on camouflage from the waist down. Ah, hey Donnell, hey Karen, hey Tamara, cousin Jenny. Thank you for joining the conference, cousin Jenny, for supporting me. Thank you so much. Hey Deej. Hey Lori, girl, I need to see them babies. I miss them so much. I got them right here on my desk. Look, I look at them all day. Sweet girls. All right, y'all, we're gonna get started in a minute. I came on a little early, just to make sure my connection was doing good and all of that. So we got about 1 minute. I'm gonna be going to Isaiah chapter 33, verse number 15, tonight. Teaching very something similar to what I just taught on the women's conference. That conference is the Unleash conference, and it is for the remainder of the week. So I encourage any of you that are interested to look on my page and join. Janata, Cornell, Jeremy, Kev. It's good to see y'all. We're gonna rock and roll in 9 minutes. I've been teaching for like 30, 35 minutes before now. So I'm already revved up. Trishonda switched on over. The Trishonda Johnson, I'm sorry, Trishonda Robertson is in the Facebook Live. You guys go and register for her Unleash conferences for the rest of the week. Listen, it's 9 o'clock. Let's get into this 9 at 9. So Isaiah chapter 33 and 15 says, the person who does what is right and speaks the truth will live. He rejects getting rich by extortion and refuses to take bribes. He refuses to listen to those who are plotting murders. He doesn't look for evil things to do. This person will live on high. His stronghold will be a fortress made of rock. He will have plenty of food and a dependable supply of water. And so, in keeping with the theme that I was already teaching on tonight, talking about victory, I want to give a reality check to myself and to maybe you tonight, and say, what you thought you won, you did not win. Yeah, you did not win. And I want some ways for us to look at and determine whether or not we really won, is what I want to share with tonight. First of all, we did not win if we had to compromise our Christian character. See, a lot of times, the scripture said that this person that's going to live on high, the stronghold will be a fortress, is a person who does what is right. And so oftentimes, in order for us to think that we can secure a win, we will do some things that are not exactly godly. We will do some things that don't reflect the character of God. And the way we need to look at as we are trying to be successful in business, as we are trying to be successful in ministry, as we're trying to be successful in our academic pursuits, is we need to look at our character every step of the way. And at every step of the way, we have to ask ourselves, was the character of God reflected? And if I didn't reflect that character of God, then ultimately my win is tainted. I need to make sure that I am putting on, as I said, a whole armor of God. And so a lot of us will go into the workplace, go into the marketplace, and go into school, and we become this whole other person that has no godliness, no representation of God's character. And then when we come out on top, we say that we won, but maybe we didn't really win if we didn't reflect the character of God, first of all. The other thing, this one right here is going to be real hard. As my brother would say, it's sad, but it's true. It's hard, but it's fair. You did not win. I did not win if I left somebody unnecessarily wounded. Because the scripture said that this person that wins refuses to listen to those who are plotting murders. And so that could have been in a literal sense, or it could also be figurative, because we are guilty of committing murder in a figurative sense. And we leave people unnecessarily wounded trying to get the victory. And casualties of war are going to happen. People get hurt sometimes. Everything doesn't come out good for everybody all the time. But unnecessary bloodshed is not necessary. It is not required. Unnecessary bloodshed is often a choice that we make. We choose to wound people and leave them in our wake while we get the victory. As a matter of fact, I hate to be real harsh tonight. Sometimes we like to leave people wounded and look back and see where we left them wounded. Yeah, we do. We like to reminisce on who we defeated. We like to look back at who we were able to overtake. Come on now, y'all be real with me today. That ego, that pride, we like to look back at the person that didn't get that promotion while we move in the office. We like to look at them sitting out there in their cube. We like to look at the person selling the stuff off from their business because it wasn't successful and our business was successful. We like to look back. And I just was talking about this before. We like to look back at our current significant other. We like to look back at their exes and see how we overtook them, how we won, how we came out victorious. That's leaving casualties of war that were unnecessary. And if we want to ask ourselves, do we really want to secure victory? Do we really want to win? We got to really look introspectively and say, who am I willing to wound in order to win? How many bodies am I willing to leave in order to win? What am I really willing to do in order to come out on top? That's the second thing. The other thing that I wanted to teach on briefly tonight, when we talk about whether or not we really won, because we always want to say, we won, I got the victory, VICTORY, victory is mine for the old school folks. Yeah, it's going to be big. Yeah, we want to talk about all of that. But we really did not win if it cost more than it returned. That's not a victory. Because when we look at the things that we have to do in order to win, there is sacrifice. But there's true spirit-led sacrifice, the things that we're willing to do, and then there's selfish sacrifice, meaning there's some stuff that we give up because our purpose requires it, but then there's this other stuff that we allow to just die in order to get the return that we want. For those of us with senior parents, we want to be successful. We want to have our family all together. So oftentimes we'll leave them neglected in order to get the win on the other fronts. Come on, I'm preaching. For those of us that have desire relationships and want to be in a committed relationship, but we got children. And we neglect that. We let that be a sacrifice. We're even in a nation now where some of our leadership is talking about the number of lives that they're willing to sacrifice for the economic gain of reopening the country. I'm not going to get on that tonight because it's Tabitha say that's not my business. But we got to understand that if it costs more than what it returned, then we really did not win. there's something that the Lord gave me, a formula for a spiritual ROI. ROI, if somebody would put this in the comments for me, ROI is return on investment. What is our spiritual ROI? ROI. What do we really get? What is the return? Because God said the ROI is your God ordained purpose minus your spirit-led sacrifice. So what it is that God assigned me to do, but I've also got to take away my spirit-led sacrifice in order to get that ROI, my spiritual return on investment. And what we need to understand is that, yes, there will be sacrifices. To everything, there is a sacrifice. But we need to make sure first we're sacrificing the right things, and then that we're sacrificing what God said for us to sacrifice in order to get that ROI. Because if we're sacrificing things that we should not be, if we're putting things to the side, throwing things away that we should not be, we don't win. There's no return on that investment. We don't win if we lose so much more than we gain. If we do things the right way, look, the text said, if we do things the right way, we will have a dependable supply of water. That's literal. But figuratively, that means that we'll have everything that we need, that God will be our constant supply, that he will give us everything that we need. Listen, God's ROI is always going to be greater than anything that we can attain based on what we sacrifice. God's always going to be greater. What he gives us a return on is always going to be greater than what we would have gotten if we just manipulated and maneuvered and killed people in the way and were crabs in a barrel and kick people down trying to get the win. That ROI from God, if we do it his way, we may have to sacrifice. But if we do it his way, that ROI is always going to be greater. Listen, a win with God is a real win. Not depending on myself, not depending on others, not depending on the system. A win with God is a real win. That means that I really won. That means that I really got a return because I know that I'm going to have eternity with him. That's my ultimate victory, right? I know I'm going to have eternity with him. That's a real win. But when I sacrifice and I go around and I skirt the process and I kick against what God wants to take me through and I'm willing to cut corners, it's not a real win. A win with God is a real win. Listen, it's 9:08. I know it's almost my time. I'm Pastor Kim from Greater Joy Butner. Please connect with me on all methods of social media. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love y'all so much. But it's 9:09. We got to go tonight. I will see y'all next Monday.